Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss the answers of your geography test paper. You had two components in it this time. One was the recall skill, which was done via Google form map pointing, and the rest of it, 9 marks, was allotted to comprehension and analysis. So it was a relatively short paper and easy, and you scored well also. So let's discuss the first question. The first question was, why are oceans important for the sustainable development of the earth? Give 3 reasons. Basically, by sustainable development, we mean that why are oceans important for the earth, for the proper functioning of the earth, so that the earth is functioning in a balanced manner. So simply under importance of oceans, you had quite a few points listed. I'll read them out. For example, they are great storehouses of oil and mineral resources. They support a large variety of aquatic life. They facilitate international trade by providing trade routes. They moderate the climate. Now, in the book, though it is written that they moderate the climate of coastal areas, but if you think deeply, basically they moderate the climate of the entire world, because when you grow older, you will see that there are some things called ocean currents. They move around the entire world. Land breeze and sea breeze is a phenomena which can just be which can be told that it affects the coastal areas, but basically the oceans, they affect the climate of the entire world. This is just for your information. And they are a source of food supply. Yes. Apart from that, some of you have written about the carbon dioxide reservoir and a lot of other things which are practical and correct. So accordingly, I have given you marks. So I have not only restricted myself to the points written in the book. If you have written some point which is valid and which is practical and non-erroneous, that is correct, then I have given you marks. So any 3 reasons was to be given, and you did that. Next is differentiate between strait and isthmus, giving one example for each. Now, when you're talking about a strait or an isthmus, as we have already discussed, you are going to say what is strait or isthmus. The fact that strait is a narrow channel of water, or that isthmus is a narrow piece of land. This is important, the fact that it is narrow. Second important thing is that considering a strait, it will join. What does it join? 2 large water bodies, and an isthmus will join 2 large land masses. And the third thing to consider here is, what do they separate? A strait separates 2 land masses, whereas an isthmus separates 2 water bodies. And you could have given any example which is correct. Like as here I have written Strait of Malacca, Strait of Gibraltar, Bering Strait is also correct, Isthmus of Panama, this is fine. So basically, when you are differentiating between strait and isthmus, points to remember is that you have to mention that they are narrow, whether water channel, whether strip of land. Secondly, what do they join? Joining 2 large water bodies or 2 large land masses. Thirdly, what is it that they are separating? 2 water bodies excuse me, or 2 land masses. And fourthly, you would be giving an example as directly asked in the question. The third question, which carried 2 marks, was, why is the ring of fire so called? So when I'm approaching this question, I will approach it in this way. Ring of fire. Yes, it is located in the Pacific Ocean. Very good. But why ring? So I mean, it could have been a square of fire, it could have been a line of fire, it could have been anything. But why ring? So ring has to be explained. Most of you missed that. Since the Pacific is circular in shape, so circular was necessary, and the mountains around the edges of the ocean. So these mountains are around the edges of an ocean, and that ocean is circular in shape. So naturally, the alignment or the positioning of the mountains will also be in a circular or uh, round manner. So that is why ring. And why of fire? Because they are of fiery origin or volcanic origin. That is why they are called the ring of fire. So why 2 marks? One for explanation of ring, one for explanation of fire. Most of you have got the fire portion correct, but quite a number of you have not explained the ring bit. So there you have lost 1 mark. So in future, when you are analyzing such a term, please analyze it in entirety. Why ring? Why fire? So both. And the third one, the fourth question was, draw a simple diagram depicting the profile of a river course. Label the parts neatly. So you had to, first of all, the diagram had to be correct. If it is mountain, then it should have a, slope like it is shown in the picture, a slope. Then plain should look like a plain land. If you are drawing a mountain and writing plain here, then that would not be considered. So mountain, plain should be lesser in gradient, and near the sea it should be absolutely less in gradient. So the slope is very, very important when you are drawing the profile of a river. And apart from that, labeling, there are 3 courses. One is the upper course, one is the middle course, one is the lower course, and you have to mention that where are they. The mountains, upper course, the plains, middle course, and near the sea is the lower course. So for you to have got good marks, so 2 out of 2 in the entire diagram, you should have got the slope correct, you should have written the names of the 3 courses correctly, and also the position or where these courses are found, that is upper in the mountainous region, middle in the plain region, and lower near the sea region. But overall, I'm happy to say that most of you have done really very well. Keep it up, and all the best for your next assessment.